Alright, it's day number 39 of my speaking in front of the camera, trying to enhance my ability to speak English. And today I continue answering IELTS questions, and I'm gonna talk about old buildings, and it's like, I don't know, short attempt of trying to record this video because constantly something happened. So I have already like answered two questions, so I'll try to answer them pretty fast, and also it's only beginning, so I guess there are no problem, and I just will answer as always. All right, have you ever seen any old buildings in your city or other places? In my city, I mean, when I grew up, there are no old buildings, so I saw like old architecture, old buildings in another country. For example, in Belgium, where I'm living currently, in France, there are a lot of old buildings, and yeah, I saw it pretty a lot. Alright, what do you think about the appearance of old buildings? Appearance? I don't know if someone. I just there are no problem in my imagination. Firstly, I hated it. I don't know. I just in past I was the person who get used to modern buildings, to something modern. So it was pretty hard to to be surrounded in my environment, to be surrounded by old buildings, but I used to it, and also it's even some history, I mean, especially when I arrived in Paris, I realized that there are pretty old buildings, architecture, but at the same time it is restored, and it looks pretty good, and there are a lot of history, so that's that's good that such places still appear, I mean. All right, are there many old buildings in your hometown? Yes, when I'm living currently, like pretty a lot. Those buildings, they are probably from 18, 19 decade, I guess, and I just surrounded by these old buildings, and the only thing is that I don't hate that it looks pretty good, and it doesn't look like it must be broken in several days. It looks not bad, to be honest, and these old buildings with such architecture are also not bad. Alright, do you think people today are still interested in old buildings? Yes, definitely. I can say, for example, that I'm the person who is interested in old buildings, but I don't know a lot of persons who like it, who would rather prefer those buildings instead of modern buildings and huge like metropolises. So yeah, and actually, I even don't know, like, overwhelming majority interested in old buildings or in modern buildings. I don't know, I guess about 50-50, to be honest. Alright, let's move next. Part 2, long run. Describe an old building you have seen and liked. You should say where it is, what kind of building it is, what it looks like, and explain why you liked or found it interesting. Alright, I'm gonna talk about the huge church in the Köln. It's a huge old building that I really like because it looks really like mystery. It's with a great architecture and a lot of beautiful details. Like, it's just amazing buildings that for real is the only that I wanted to visit. If you are talking about such old history places, and I was so glad when I saw it. I was surprised. It looked like it's very high building, like church, and I was inside of that building. It's also very beautiful, and there are constantly some people who work on it and try not to like restaurate it and keep it in proper condition. And I don't know, such places really amazing, and I even don't mind to live near to these places. Not don't mind. I would like to live near to those places. So yeah, like this. And I'm not sure that I was talking about 2 minutes, but I hope. Just I don't know what can I say. There are great building where I took a photo near to, and what else? Probably nothing. Alright, it is probably gonna be pretty short video, but I don't mind since I don't have now a lot of energy because I was studying, I guess, for 2, probably 3 hours English today. And after this I decided that I need to record the video because I guess in an hour I'll go to the gym, and then when I return it will be so hard to record this video because I wouldn't have any energy. Alright, let's move next. Now I'll discuss more about abstract ideas with the examiner. Bro, what? I have never had such I don't know, introduction preface before questions. Alright, do you think we should preserve all the buildings in cities? Why or why not? Preserve, it's like save or what? Yeah. Alright, I guess it depends on the city and it depends on the architecture, because mainly in Belgium there are a lot of old architecture, but I don't really like everything, and I guess that it will be better not to pursue it and preserve it, not to preserve it, and will be better to build something more modern. But on the other hand, the cities such as Paris, for example, they are so beautiful, and they actually have to preserve such buildings, such old buildings, and yeah, because there are a lot of history and it looks really good. So I guess it depends on the city, but generally probably yes, because first of all it's something like history. Alright, what the advantages and disadvantages of keeping historical buildings in modern cities? I guess that the advantage is a great ability to see how does people lived in the past, at least looking at those buildings, and it keeps some history at the same time. So it's like important to improve your mind in the terms of history, in the terms of realizing something in this life, not looking only on modern buildings. But about disadvantages, it requires constantly to work constantly on those buildings usually, because it's pretty old architecture, pretty old buildings, and they should be someone have to care about them. Of course, it's government, and governments splash some money to keep it in proper condition. So, but I'm not sure even that it is disadvantage, just because when there are some historical places, it means that there are some tourists, and tourist brings some money, so it's probably even advantage. I don't know. I don't have another opinion about it. I mean, another ideas why it could be advantage or disadvantage, cons or pros. So that's probably all. Alright, do you prefer living in an old building or in a modern house? Why? To be honest, in my case, I would rather prefer to live in a modern house, because I like this architecture more, it feels like even more convenient. It looks, in my opinion, from my vision, it looks better. And I don't know, I can't explain, but I really like more live in a bigger city with a lot of oh my god, I looked into one guy in the street and it interrupted me. Yeah, but generally, so I prefer modern house. I don't know, I usually they have like light color. It looks more attractive, and it feels like you're living in the future, not in the past, because I'd rather prefer to be in the future. Yeah, and to think about my future, not about past. All right. Are there any old buildings you would like to visit in the future? Why? I don't think so. First of all, because I'm not aware about a lot of cool buildings. Of course, there are some that I would like to visit, like in Spanish, for example, but generally, I can't say. Of course, I would like traveling. I would like to travel. I would like to see a lot of such beautiful historical places as I saw in Köln and or in Paris. So yeah, definitely I'd like, but I can't say the specific name of this. All right, how can governments or communities protect historic buildings from damage? Um, to protect, I don't know. I guess that first of all, the government should care about it, because people don't do anything to broke it, so and to damage it in as I guess, and also I guess that someone observed that nobody of citizens or tourists didn't like don't damage it. So it's the only things that damage those buildings. It's a time. So the government should just from time to time, um, like repair something or observe if everything is properly in that building and kind of this. So in my opinion, it's first of all, government should be aware about potential problems and repair it. Alright, that's all for today. It's probably the shorter video in this channel, but I'm, to be honest, pretty tired, and those questions, I don't know about old buildings. Probably I can't say a lot about old buildings because I'm not really interested in history, but at the same time I like to visit such places because usually they are pretty beautiful. Alright, that's all for today, and bye.